This was recently addressed before, but you gotta pay attention to these background actors. You see how they're not actually sweeping the floor? I believe it was a James Bond movie. It was a viral things they messed up in movies or whatever. But basically, as an extra, you need to make as little noise as possible. I was an extra for a film in Australia near the Gold Coast, and one thing I was doing was pouring a cup of coffee, and I had to put the cup down very carefully while still making it look natural, so that it wouldn't make a sound, because all the sound effects go in after the fact in editing. So sweeping noises, but it's basically just the dialogue from the actors. That's the only sound that should be made on the film set. Everything else gets put in post. So that is why, since this is not the first movie to do it, I'm sure hundreds have before, that is why background actors do not actually sweep the floor. They just float above it, so they don't make that scratching noise. The more you know. Well, this is awkward. This is what colliding duties looks like. I'm delivering sheep to one paddock, and Peter and Jacob are walking these sheep to another, and our paths cross directly in opposite directions. Now, this truck is a very intimidating thing for those sheep, so hopefully I'm not going to cause too much of a problem. And hopefully I can get back on the road without getting a flat tire. But I pulled off to the side in an effort to help keep out of the way. I could help more if I was in a ute, just like bugger off over there, bring around, but not happening with this truck. No siree, Bob. This job is definitely not for the faint of heart. I just made a sheep delivery, one you saw in the previous video. And on that truck, apparently one of the ewes had laid down, and she got stepped on so much that her unborn fetus came out the back of her, just the head. And I saw it. I was able to determine it was just a fetus. It hadn't developed yet. It was no longer alive, so I pulled it out of her and threw it in the bush. Now, she was a little overwhelmed, maybe depressed about losing a baby. So instead of having her jump off the truck like all the other sheep, I shortened the lifespan of my knees slightly by picking her up and then jumping off the truck myself with her in my arms and then placing her on the ground. But she got up on all fours and walked away towards the water, so she'll be fine, but I can't say the same for her unborn baby. That's going to be one of those core memories from this trip. Not the greatest, but... Oh look, it snowed over here. Nope, just a bunch of white flowers. Looks pretty cool though.